Hi folks, this is All the Fruits and I have arrived in Malaga in southern Spain. However, Malaga is not any random city. It's the capital of the Costa del Sol, the coast of the sun. Well, the neighboring coast has an even better name, Costa Tropical. This is the place to be if you're interested in tropical fruits in Europe. Everybody and their mother have a tropical fruit farm. Everybody and their mother have a botanic garden. If you just Google botanic gardens in the area, you'll see tons and tons of them. Then there are, of course, the city parks, the government research stations, and so on. Here, in the center of Malaga, there is a park simply called Parque de Malaga, which is something like a little botanic garden open to the public. Well, decades ago, when the tropical fruit hype was not so big yet in southern Spain, I already found lots of interesting subtropical things here. Let's see what we're gonna find now. I think it's gonna be more than back then. Starting with cabbage palms, queen palms, and big strelitzias, all with edible fruit. On the other side of the road, there are the not so edible Canary Island date palm, but here in the background I see a lot of the edible African dates, Phoenix dactylifera. The old nemesis, the green parakeets, screeching in the trees. I hope they have left a couple fruit for me. Here some tasty large num-nums, but maybe not in the cleanest place. Cluster of Phoenix dactylifera, surrounded by Phoenix canariensis. Can you spot which are the tasty ones? Please write in the comments. The beautiful pink flowers, it's called Hadroanthus heptaphyllus. I haven't even heard of this one. After years of travels in the tropics and subtropics, I come to Europe and find tropical trees I don't even know. A sausage tree. Let's see, where are the sausages? Well, they are usually hanging on those long stalks here, but either it's not being pollinated here or somebody stole all the sausages. Beautiful dragon trees, those have edible fruits too, sometimes tasty, sometimes disgusting. Bit gloomy today, not so sunny on the Costa del Sol, but I think we are gonna survive this. The monsters have been pruned severely, but they still have a couple big, almost ready fruits. No fruits visible on the sea grapes. I wonder if they are not in season, if they have a more restricted season compared to the subtropical Canary Islands. Huge bombax tree. Pigeons around here, but you can also hear the parakeets screeching from every tree. No wonder there's so few fruits around. Those little sons of mothers eat everything. Giant strelitzia here must be well over 10 meters high, so the edible seeds are too high for me, but not for the parakeets. Another sausage tree. Maybe we're gonna have more luck here. On the Canary Islands they were fruiting quite well just a couple weeks ago, but here, right now, I don't see a single fruit. Lots and lots of beautiful palms being grown here. Amazing. And I seem to be not the only one interested in the trees. Well, this beautiful citrus relative is not called the mock lime for nothing. Murraya paniculata was it, wasn't it? Ugh. Tiny red lime-like fruit growing on it. However, when you eat them, you realize they are basically just skin and the seed. From the outside, they might look like tiny pin-sized citrus. And the pit had some sweetness, but I still wouldn't call it an interesting edible fruit. Would be an ice cream bean, but I don't see a single edible bean hanging here. Oak looking out of place among the exotic evergreen subtropical trees. Dwarf palms, date palms and araucarias. The bitter aftertaste of the mock lime hitting me. It's a mockery. Don't even know what this is. The calyx would almost suggest something mellow-like, but the leaves almost look like a cherry plum or an apricot. A big Kaffir plum tree from Africa. Well, as the name suggests, this has tasty plum-like fruit. Well, it's early March, but as you can see, a lot of them are ripe and a lot of them are being devastated by the parakeets. Funny, are those really the parakeets? I mean, parakeets usually eat the seed and spit out the flesh. Here someone has chewed on the flesh and spit out the seed. Still, I got a little bit for me. Not the tastiest Kaffir plum. I wonder why. I think this was the black Hesper palm or black rock palm. I think the fruits were kind of edible, but don't quote me on that. Arenga engleri. Wasn't this one of the palms known as sugar palms? But I think the fruit were kind of disgusting. They have cut down a date palm. Where is the bud? I want to eat it. Oh no. They have just left the trunk. What a pity. I would have liked to eat the tasty palm cabbage. Queen palm with several unripe bunches and one overripe one. And when you look down here, the ground is littered with ripe queen palm fruit. Super tasty. Unfortunately, it seems that most landed here before the last watering or before the last rain, and so they are basically baked into the mud. Managed to find one good one. Surprisingly sweet and aromatic. I wouldn't have expected this in Europe in early March. That's a good one, folks. Merita denami, an incredibly exotic looking tree from New Caledonia. Huge group of Canary Island pines. Beautiful. Remind me of Tenerife. Look at that, a Pahira aquatica or Malabar chestnut. Too young to bear chestnuts, but there seem to be bigger ones in the Botanic garden. Dinky ginkgo, female tree with a lot of ravaged fruit. It seems that not even the stink can stop the parakeets. Tasty edible hibiscus flowers. Tasty edible Singiberaceae. Which one was this again? Big avocado tree ahead. At least 15 meters tall. Let's see if there are fruits on the ground. Here, at least the big avocado seed. So, are we gonna get lucky today? Any nice whole avocados lying on the ground? Avocado is one of the main crops of this area, but no, seems like we are out of luck today in regards to avocados. This auditorium wasn't here when I foraged in this park 20 years ago. At least it seems it's being put to good use. Huge bunya bunya pine. It seems like we are gonna eat today. Here are the scales and here are the nuts. Big and nice and plump. Is this the only one? Nope. There are more. Folks, we hit gold today. The inside is still good and tasty. Nice. It seems that there is even half a bunya bunya cone lying around here. Small one, but still. Yep, they are edible nuts inside. Some bananas. But this is what happens when everybody wants to rip off an unripe banana. I doubt any one of those is gonna survive to maturity. Sisyphus. But this is not the more common Sisyphus jujuba. This seems to be Sisyphus mauritiana, the more tropical to subtropical species. And there is even an unripe fruit over there. Tell me, folks, is this Sisyphus mauritiana? I mean, I saw Sisyphus jujuba yesterday, a couple nice big trees, which is quite rare, and they look completely different, and didn't have a single leaf, and the branches look different. I think this could be Sisyphus mauritiana. There is also another wild species around here, but tell me what you think this one is. For me, this is Sisyphus mauritiana. This is the very first place I harvested and cracked macadamia nuts 20 years ago. And there are still a couple hanging on the tree. It's already starting to flower again, but I see a couple of the green fruits up there. However, the lower ones have been ripped off by force. Let me see if I can get a tasty macadamia nut somewhere here. Here are a couple hanging quite low. A whole bunch over there, but I'm afraid I need both hands. Feels good to be young once again, folks. Feels good to be young. My first macadamia nut tree over 20 years ago now. And the first Pandanus trees I've ever harvested and tasted. Well, still remember 20 years ago I was walking around here in winter while it was freezing cold in Germany, and I was enjoying this not so hot but still kind of subtropical climate. The Pandanus, it's most probably Pandanus utilis, not a very tasty species, but still you can chew on the fruit, and I wonder if the nuts will be pollinated and edible around here. For this I need to find a ripe fruit. The ripe fruit seem to be scarce, and even the trees are suffering. I don't know, old age or maybe the drought. Here a bunch of pomegranates, beautiful, starting their leaves now. Soon they will start flowering too. Seville orange, a staple of Mediterranean parks and street landscaping. Taro, an important tropical to subtropical vegetable. Here it's used as an ornamental and as a vegetable too. Carobs have been a very important fruit in the Mediterranean and Middle East for thousands of years. They're also known as St. John's bread, and are really tasty when ripe. Almost failed to spot all those little bananas there to the right of the big Phoenix reclinata. But those banana plants are so puny that there is nothing edible on them. Try those Canary Island dates. Maybe they are tasty enough, who knows. A little bit too high. Okay, I'll rather try this epiphytic black nightshade growing here. Teeny tiny tomato. It's funny to see those monsters growing up the pine trees to a height of 6-7 meters. Huge Ficus elastica tree. Who's in for some nice, tasty chewing gum? However, this fortunate tree has no big fresh wounds. Believe me, I walked all around it. So, no chewing gum to harvest this time.